The tilt is real.
Tilt is real.
This is when the tilt is real. Let's go.
Welcome in to the Sunday Tilt with your hosts, the FF chef himself, Juan Carlos Pena, and John JAWN Swanson. It is Sunday, my dudes.
This is when the tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real. Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Willkommen to the Fantasy Tilt is real.
Wow, I didn't expect that. That was a nice surprise. Well done, chef, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm brushing up on my Deutsch, man.
Sure.
It's been a while. I think since last Germany game.
Mm-hmm. Which was that was sometime last year. So
Yeah,
hey,
had to be.
hi everybody. What's up, Tilt Squad? We took a week off last week, some dad duties, and just a week off. Everything's fine, but we're back.
Yeah, thank you for everyone's concern.
Quite
a few people reached out. I guess I could have been
well, the way that you did
more
it,
elaborative.
yeah, you were like, due to unforeseen circumstances, like just dad stuff.
Well, yeah.
I was a little sore and tired.
I needed a break. I needed a bye week.
Yeah.
And the way I chalk it up is, all NFL teams during this 17-week season take a bye. And I know there's 18 weeks, but we don't count that for fantasy. So, I mean, right smack dab in the middle, it made sense for everyone on our team, the people that study and work through it week to week, meaning you, myself, and Juan. And so we decided to take a break. But we're back.
Yeah, we're back and refreshed. And it is Sunday, my dudes. And Juan will be out today. He's got the last softball game of the season with the babe. And then we'll be back to full strength next week. But for right now, it is myself and the FF chef himself and the Tilt Squad.
We're
from Mike and Eric Brewer. First two ones in today. I'm using my old computer, by the way, today. So if I sound a little wonky at any point, you guys just let me know and I'll try to figure something out. But it's
okay.
she's
Let
running hot right now.
Yeah, don't fussy with it, all right? Don't fuss with it.
All right. I'll try
not mid-show.
Hopefully. No. Not mid-show. All right. Eric Brewer's first tilt out of the gate is here. We need a flex between Kareem Hunt or Najee. Thank you, Eric. We're glad to be back too.
Kareem Hunt or Najee. So let's talk about it. It's the first tilt of the day, so we like to talk about it a little bit. I think Najee Harris has been doing quite well as of late, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, you're not mistaken. Last week, 19 for $114, and he caught 3 targets for 17 yards. So that was a good week. Didn't score, but he has been playing well. And up against,
I mean, Kareem Hunt has been doing very, very well. I
was just gonna say, like,
mask that.
Oh man, everything is taking forever to load right now. This is gonna.
All right, it's all right. It's all right. So Najee, 19 attempts for 114 on the ground, average 6 yards per carry. Didn't get in the end zone. Kareem Hunt on the other side of this battle, 27 carries for 106 and a tutty. Also had one reception for 11 yards, but they go up against Denver this week. And not that I am benching Kareem Hunt. I'm just gonna be a little bit more reserved on how much fantasy output I'm gonna get out of him. But at the same time, I mean, how can you bench someone that's on a heater, dude? So for me,
are you talking about Harris or are you talking about Hunt?
I think it's Hunt for me.
Practicing full 27 for 106 and 1 going up against the Broncos, and they're kind of a run funnel. It looks like.
Broncos in the most sense
against wide receivers. Yeah, all right.
This is a great tilt to start because I mean 16th and 17th against the run. Both running backs have been fairly consistent with their fantasy production. Great tilt to start the day, Eric, but I'm gonna tilt Kareem Hunt here.
Yeah, I'll go with you too. I'll go on the Kareem Hunt side. Travis Etienne, man, does he ever get back?
No, I don't
Yikes.
think he does unless he gets traded.
Ooh, traded. Traded might be good for him.
Yeah,
That might be the only way that.
a new way of life would be very nice for him, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be too.
I think that offense down in Jacksonville, even with the Brian Thomas addition, I think it's just stale. No offense. I know Doug Peterson won you guys a Super Bowl, but I think
Totally different
they're
situation.
stale. I think their offensive line needs a lot of work. So, I mean, you may see ETN today, but I don't want to play him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid that too. It's hard to really play anybody on that side of the ball outside of Brian Thomas and Evan Ingram. How do you feel like Ingram's gonna do today with Mac Jones at quarterback?
I think he'll be okay. It's not like
Mhm.
I'm not forcing him into my lineup, if that makes sense.
As in who? Ingram?
Evan Ingram. Yeah, I'm not forcing him up against Minnesota uh with a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
offense. I
I
know
wouldn't.
Mac Jones is not the, I've never started a game backup quarterback, but we all saw what he did in New England. And I don't think it's a Nick Foles situation where Mac Jones is going to come in and just take the team to the promised land anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force him in either. What's going on, Chill? Good morning. We got to start two for PPR here between Lad, BTJ, JMO, Downs, and Adunze. All right, we got to start two.
Well, I think Ladd needs to be in your lineups on an every week basis, depending on the matchup. Obviously, I'm going Ladd off the gate. I don't know if I trust JMO back in his first game.
I mean, he's coming off of a suspension. At least it's not an injury. So,
Right. Makes sense.
well, I mean, do you want to play? I mean, let's just go. If we're gonna put Lad in, are we? Do you absolutely want Lad out of these? I guess out of Downs, at Dunze.
Yeah, I'm not trusting Brian Thomas Jr. Just not doing it.
I mean, you take BTJ out just because of the quarterback situation and coming off of the. Is he cleared yet?
Who? BTJ? Brian Thomas?
BTJ, yeah, he had a chest
Um,
injury.
Not sure. It might be a game time decision there.
But moving on, Downs for me, I want in this lineup
Yes. I was
with
going
Flacco.
to
All
say
right,
that.
cool. All right, good.
So
And
Ladd and Downs would be mine.
nice. Chill said the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say Downs is here for sure. Why is my? Yeah. Yeah, great matchup for Flacco. They're gonna need to throw, especially against the Bills. They'll go up. Downs has been reliable. BTJ is expected to play. Thank you, kicks for Mike. All right.
Kicks for Michael. Always coming in
Right.
with the
Love
solid.
that. I want to avoid the pass catchers in Chicago, so I'm going to take Adunze off the board for this.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean it's easy Downs and Ladd for me.
It's easy, Downs and Lad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Titans
I'm
have a
not.
good defense against wide receivers. They're
Who
third.
do?
The Titans, they're third against wide receivers.
That's because you can run on them. And
I mean,
L'Jarius
you
Sneed is out today,
kind of can.
so I'm really
No,
not worried about
that's
it.
important.
Yeah, that's the sneaky little tidbit of information that you're going to get here.
Yes, it's a low over under 39.5. Chargers by 8. So that's what? I guess
I
that
mean,
means
yeah, I mean they're going to control
28 implied.
the clock. They're going to run the ball, but I think Ladd McConkey has become one of those more consistent targets on a week to week basis that you
I
can
mean, he had
trust.
84% of the snaps last week, 7 targets, caught 5 for 64. He has been getting the looks. All right, I'll go Lad with you here. I'll take the rookie in Downs. We'll do that. Woozier is out too. Yeah, I think you made the right call. Or we have all the right information that we need here for Lad. I think that's good. So let's go Lad and Downs. I like it. 84%. Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about the Cardinals today, Chef?
I mean, they're a beautiful bird.
How do you feel about Marvin Harrison?
Um, up against Sauce Gardner, I have my
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
reserves.
to figure out. I know. I don't really like it.
It's all depends on the situation. Like if I have, give me someone in replace of him. Do you play Drake London this week, coming off of a
I would.
possible injury over Marvin Harrison? I would.
I would.
Do you play Amari Cooper?
That one's harder for me.
Do you play? Let's see, Cortland Sutton against Kansas City
Against Kansas City.
or Marvin Harrison?
That's really hard. I think I lean Sutton. Only because he's getting, at least he's doing something with the targets that he's been getting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's not 10 targets last week, 7 for 122. He didn't score, but he's putting up a great line for you. They're going to need a throw against Kansas City, right? I mean, and Marvin Harris, look, when this is a for me thing. And Marvin Harrison, I don't want to, his lows are low, and against Sauce Gardner, this could be one of those weeks where this is not the time to start him.
Yes and no. I think game script will, they're going to try to run the ball as much as they can against the Jets. It's going to be their pound the ground mentality with James Conner, and then they're going to have to wind up catching up, I believe. I think the Jets can score on the Cardinals through the air. I mean, we've seen Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams already become active. I think Breece Hall definitely gets involved in this one. I think it opens up the opportunity here.
What do you think Harrison's line is right now for receptions?
I think
You had
it's
to
like
guess.
3.5.
That's exactly what it is. It's 3.5.
Yeah, it's pretty weak.
Yeah, it's pretty weak. That's gross.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, that sucks too. I just watched the Giants miss a field goal. Ridiculous.
Oh my God. I got to get Daniel Jones off of my. And I know he's not responsible for kicking the field goal, but I got to get him off my dynasty. Maybe he's better
funny.
off.
Every time someone mentions the Giants, Daniel Jones comes into reference. It's bad. Like the sour taste after biting a lemon.
Your quarterback. I mean, if you bit into a lemon and you had a sweet taste, I don't think you bit into a lemon. I think you may have bitten into something else.
Good point.
Like this could be something else.
Maybe biting an orange and then getting that lemon taste. Does that work? That's like that's like drafting Daniel Jones. It's like biting an orange and tasting a lemon.
Okay. I feel like it's like taking out the trash, but then the bag breaks.
Like Kevin McAllister?
Yeah.
Or walking down the supermarket and the bag breaks in the parking lot. That works too.
It's the holiday season.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Do you have any decorations up yet? Have you?
Negative. I am on leaf duty, my friend.
Oh man, they're everywhere. We put the decorations up on the inside. I managed to convince the wife to not get a tree until closer to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so you go too fast and it doesn't work. Yeah, I got some leaves up on our screen now. That works. Decorated.
Where?
Oh, I see them there. Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, I see them. There's nice. Yeah, the leaves are everywhere. And we're going to get rain tonight. For those who don't know, little weather report here. We are in a record drought here in New Jersey. And it's been about 40 days and 40 nights of absolutely no rain. And then tonight,
40 days and 40 nights is pretty biblical when you come to it.
It is. It's a biblical. It's a biblical time right now. So we're gonna get some rain tonight. It's gonna be much needed. But it has been dry and leaves are everywhere. And it was 80 degrees this week also. So I don't know what's going on in New Jersey, but it doesn't feel like fall yet.
No,
it did this morning.
I was out there yesterday. I took care of the front, and of course, my leaf blower breaks right before all the leaves fall down. So it's in the shop, of course. So the mower did the work. Yeah,
What's in the shop?
the leaf blower,
What shop do you take the leaf blower to?
a small engine repair
Where
in Galloway.
they have that? A small engine repair shop?
Yeah, yeah. Google's an amazing thing.
I didn't know that they. Huh. Where in Galloway?
Uh, right there. I think it's 10th Avenue, off of 10th Avenue, Ridgewood off of 10th Avenue.
What? I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll
Is it a
talk
place
off
that
there.
kind of looks like a fire? I mean, we could talk off air. It's a slow day here. We got nothing to talk about leaves. We're talking about repairing machines here. I mean, if someone else in our local area needs a machine repaired, we talk about that. Did we go right to any times? Did we just
Yeah,
start bringing up some any times
it's
here?
South Jersey small engine repair.
No, hashtag not a sponsor, but they're great. Go there
I
and get
did
your
leave them
small
a
engine
nice
repaired.
review. They did fix
Good.
my Honda push mower very, very well.
Just
I mean, I have
great
some any
content here.
times written down. Kyron Williams, Saquon Barkley. I like DeAndre Swift today. And Bijan. Those are my
I
four
like that.
guaranteed any times. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Amon-Ra. I have Debo / Juwan Jennings. I think both of them could get into the end zone. And Pickens.
Debo, Jennings, Pickens. Who else you got?
Amon-Ra and JJ.
Okay. And then running
And
backs, you had Bijan, Kyron, Saquon.
Swift.
Mm.
I also have Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, and a question mark next to Eckler. I wanted to run that by you with the Brian Robinson news.
Yeah, let me because I had that also. Yeah, he's one of my anytimes against the Steelers with no Brian Robinson. He scored last week. Yeah, I have missing anytime. Kicks from Mike, PPR, Hawkinson, or Ferguson.
It's
Battle of the
Hawkinson
Suns.
for me. It's Hawkinson for me. We saw
It's
last
Hawkinson.
week Hawkinson started to get targeted right back into the game plan. It's going to be an extra weapon for Sam Darnold. And Ferguson, as much as you would think about it like, hey, he's the second target on that team, they need him on that offensive line. I mean, we saw what's going on there. They are rushing the quarterback week in, week out. I think the Eagles trample Dallas today.
Yeah, this is not a good day to be Dallas.
Yeah, so in
Birds.
reserve, it's not a good day to be Jake Ferguson. Philadelphia, fourth against tight ends, not really giving up too much against the
Nope.
fantasy tight end. So, I mean, even with Jake Ferguson getting more targets, I mean, you're looking at maybe a floor of 8 points if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
And a ceiling
I'm gonna go
of a touchdown on top of that. So a ceiling of 14 if you get a touchdown. But that's a very if. That's a big if.
Yeah, that's a big if. Yeah, I'm gonna roll Hawkinson there too, especially against the Jags, who are 25th against tight ends. It does give Sam Darnold that other target, and he's getting looks. He's back. So
Oh yeah, he's played
I'm gonna
one
roll with
game,
Ferg.
and what did he get? He got 4 targets, caught 3 balls.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a great week last week.
Yeah, it
Ferguson
wasn't
had a better
welcome
week
back
last week, but
TJ, but
it's also but it'll happen.
I mean, he
And
only had
Cooper Rush is your
45% of the snap share as well. So you got to remember that. So as he works back in, his percentage will start to climb. I like him. I'm playing him today, I believe, in one league, or maybe I just played him last week because I had to.
I'm playing him in the Chaos League.
No, I am playing Hawkinson over Laporta this week.
I don't know if I would do that. That I don't
Why?
think I would do.
Talk to me. Why? Why? Change my mind.
I think with Nico Collins being back, I think this is going to be a shootout. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored here. And even though the Texans are on paper fantastic against tight ends, as in number one against tight ends, yeah, I will take the healthy Sam Laporta on a great offense against another great team where there should be a lot of points scored, as opposed to the guy coming off of the injury who's working his way back into the offense.
All right. I mean, I can understand that. I want to say that Hawkinson is healthy. All
Well,
right. I'm
you
gonna
know what I mean.
I'm gonna argue our points because what else are we doing here today on week 10? So I agree with the fact that Sam is young and sprite. I love that. He is involved with the offense. However, you mentioned it earlier, and you were trying to give me a reason not to say JMO Williams earlier. I think Jameson Williams actually affects Sam Laporta's fantasy production, and we might see a little bit of a slowdown for Sam here. I mean, come on. He had 3 targets last week, caught 2 balls for 28 yards. That's up against the Green Bay Packers. Why is he going to do more up against Houston?
I mean, Williams didn't play last week.
Correct.
So maybe Laporta was blocking more.
No, I just think Laporte is blocking more in general. And
Just
they're
in
not
general?
using him as a downfield weapon unless absolutely needed.
It really hasn't been a great year for Laporta where you
No.
drafted him. So, I mean, the only reason why I would say I'd start him over
I think the matchup for
Hawkinson is just the
I think the matchup for Hawkinson's actually better up against Jacksonville. I think
the matchup's better. The matchup's
they don't need to
far
keep
and away
they don't
much
need to
better.
keep Hawkinson on the line to block against Jacksonville. He's going to be out there as a weapon. And I think they used him on the intermediate route. I mean, you could see at least, I want to say 5 targets today for TJ.
I'd say 5's a good floor. I would take the over on that. If the line was 5 for, if the line was 4.5 for Sam Laporta,
I would take the under.
the under.
Yeah, I think he
All
gets
Let's
max
go back.
4 receptions. Max 4 receptions. He's had 1 game this season with more than 4 receptions, and that's Tennessee 2 weeks ago.
All right,
And I'll go even higher on that. That was one of only 2 games that he actually had more than 5 targets. And that's with Jameson Williams on the field. So that is my hesitance on Sam Laporta. And that is the reason why I'm starting Hawk over him, because I have the luxury of picking between the two. And, it's not a tight end premium league where, our guys go for astronomical numbers in our league of record we're talking about here in our league of record dynasty league.
Would you start Laporta or Jonnu?
Now, I have Jonnu Smith today listed as a good play. I actually had him on my anytime touchdown list. We didn't get to the tight ends yet. I think he has a great matchup against the Rams. I think he's used in that offense. I think he's used in that offense a little bit more than we've
I agree.
Than we've seen as of late. Like I think everybody is like, hey, wait a minute, look at the target share, dude. And you can't say that's because of Tua Tagovailoa or someone not doing their job. You know what I mean? It's not like, Tyreek has not been good. He's been banged up. He's got a wrist injury. All right. Waddle has been waddling along, finally caught a touchdown, I think, last week. And then it was like, oh, save Waddle, free Waddle. No, it's not. It's not. No. I think Jonnu Smith is actually a undercover sneaky play this week. And
I agree.
I think I definitely have him listed, I believe, on our ticker down there as a waiver claim. Let's see. Yeah, Jonnu Smith, 32% owned in Sleeper on Sleeper app. So go check Jonnu Smith out if you need a spot start tight end this week.
I like
But
that.
yeah, I like Jonnu over Sam Laporta this week.
Taysom Hill or Sam Laporta?
Oh man.
It's getting deep now. I have a
Taysom
list of
Hill.
anytimes, and then I have a list of anytime two this week, where they're guys that probably have a much higher. You're going to get paid out more, but it's going to be a bit riskier. So we'll go over the anytime twos coming down the pipe. But Taysom Hill is an anytime two for me today. But him over Laporta.
I mean, Taysom Hill gets you points in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But if you have to put somebody in that tight end spot.
Oh, well, in that sense, then yeah, give me Taysom Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they used them last week. I know it wasn't just run catching the ball, that's for sure.
No, he scored running.
Yeah.
5 for 19 and 1.
I mean, I if you expect a big game from Alvin Kamara, which I believe we do this week.
You have to.
Yeah.
38 opportunities last week. 30.
I think Taysom Hill's
38.
going to be involved in this game more so than Laporta is in the other matchup, you know.
Olave's out, Wilson's out. You have Mason Tipton, Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson's not a terrible.
Yeah, I dropped him for
Are
Theo
they?
Johnson this morning in our league of record.
Did you start Theo?
No, I didn't because Nico Collins came back.
Because Collins came back.
That was going to be my Theo. I was going to actually play Theo Johnson over Juwan Johnson. Because as much as I like Juwan Johnson in that role and the matchup today, like last week was his week to shine with no wide receivers there, and we didn't see much. I think he caught one pass.
2 for 41.
Oh, 2 for 41. Well, that's 6 points. Woohoo! 6 points doesn't get it done.
In these trying times, it's not the worst thing that could happen, but it's also not the I mean, we're getting into the deep parts of it here. Jesse Winchester, what's going on? Good morning. Tua or Baker?
Ooh.
This is a good one.
Tua or Baker? This is a good one.
Oh man, this is.
I think Tua's going to have to move the ball today. He's going to have to throw. Baker's still been getting it done, though, man.
I know, man. I think I'm leaning Baker here. I think that's going to be another shootout. It's a higher scoring game. Niners are going to score.
Yeah.
Niners are pretty decent against the run, too. I mean, get White and Irving are only going to do so much. I think you'll see. I think this will be a decent game for Jalen McMillan, too. While we're here. Kate Otten as well.
I want to see
on the other side.
What's the over-under on the Miami game?
49. They're actually both projected to be pretty high-scoring games. 49 for that game, 50.5 for the Niners and the Bucks game.
All right, so we could take that out of there.
We could take that out. The only thing is that Dolphins game is on Monday, and Tyreek didn't practice on Friday with the wrist. Now, I know he hasn't been that great anyway, but how does that factor into the decision?
I don't think it factors in too much. I mean, if you look at Tua's scoring last week, 25 for 231 on 28 attempts. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, against Buffalo. So I think he should have a better game up against the Rams, regardless if Tyreek is at 100% or not. And I believe the last report out of Miami camp was that Tyreek was going to try to give it a go. And I think we'll hear more about it later on today, but I don't have an issue starting either of these guys. I mean, this is a tough tilt, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the upside here. I'm trying to find the one thing that's going to push me over the edge. They're both, I think, going to be high-scoring games. I guess maybe now it just comes down to the weapons, right? I mean, you have
No, I don't know if it just
it,
comes down to the weapons. I think if it comes down to the game script as well. Like, do the 49ers just straight walk all over Baker? I don't think you can.
mhm.
But I do think it's a lower scripted game. I think the upside of the Rams Miami game might actually be a little bit higher, and I'm going with Tua for that reason because he does have the weapons.
How do you feel about Christian McCaffrey being back this week?
I think he takes over the game.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they
If
have the
he's back,
option to
you
run
just
the
got to
ball,
assume.
which that's what that and that was my partial of my reason to go with Tua on this
Right.
tilt because you know the 49ers could just turn around and start running the ball with Christian McCaffrey, control the game script totally up against Tampa Bay, who doesn't really have too many receiving weapons. They're going to try to run the ball too. And you know what? 49ers know how to play a game where they control the clock and run the ball. They have Debo, they have Jordan Mason, they're not broken. And then you add back Christian McCaffrey, who is supposed to be ready to go 100%.
Hmm.
Like, what are we doing here? I mean, Baker might just be, I don't know. I mean, you're hoping for some garbage time points from Baker in this one.
I think it's a slow and steady. I think at the end of the game, he's going to, I see he's got to be at least good for 250. 250 and 2.
I mean, that's pretty much what he did last week, right?
Nah, 202.
202. I think that might be
Yeah,
a little bit more realistic.
I remember that was against
KC.
Kansas City. Yeah, 4 for 20. Didn't run the ball much last week either. All right, I'll lean Tua with you here. This was a tough one,
Yep.
Jesse.
That's a good
We
tilt.
had to talk through this one a lot. Man, the Bucks are so bad against everybody defense wise. Dead last against quarterbacks, 26th against running backs, 27th wide receivers, 30th against tight ends. Niners are just going to score all over them.
I see it that way too.
Yeah. And when you mentioned that they can control the clock, it's not just like Baker gets the chance to like sling it as much because they can control the clock. So I'll use that as that's going to lean me back the other way. Great tilt, Jesse. That was a tough one. Bob Dole, welcome back. Welcome in. Wide receivers, Devontae Smith, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Addison Pickens, running backs, Barkley, Henry, Mason, and CMC. I already have Barkley and Henry in, but we need 2 wide receivers and a flex, full PPR. All right.
CMC is the flex.
I need 2 wide receivers and a flex.
Yeah, I mean, give me Smith, who's been on fire.
Hold on. So these are already have Barkley and Henry in.
Yeah, so that's his running backs.
Need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Okay, I get it now. All right. Yeah, you got to play CMC.
Yeah, you have to play CMC.
You
So you don't need a flex. You just need 2 wide receivers.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think Pickens is a good matchup this week. I'll throw his name in the ring. Devontae Smith is a good
Devontae
matchup.
Smith is on here for me.
All right. Well, you're an Eagles
Yeah,
fan,
we got to
so
put
that's understandable.
it's a fantasy show. It's got nothing to do with the fact that this is beat Dallas Day and this is, one of the more exciting weeks for Eagles fans. But yeah, Devontae Smith is absolutely in on this tilt for me. And man, I think Mooney might do it for me here.
Oh.
I love Darnell Mooney.
Oh yeah, you love Darnell Mooney.
I do, man. I just love him. He's just on the field. He's there. He's getting targeted. 5 for 88 and 1 last week. 9 targets. I know that Drake London's going to be out there. He's expected to play. Not worried about that. But I also feel like Mooney and Cousins have just built a great rapport, man. And Mooney is a good receiver, and it sucked what happened to him in Chicago.
So wait, you're putting Mooney over Pickens?
Yeah, I am.
Huh.
That's just me. That's just.
Huh.
Let me look at Pickens' matchup here. Yeah, I just, Yeah, for me, I'm just Mooney over Pickens, and then I'm doing Mooney over London.
You're doing Mooney over London and Pickens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
full
because, just
PPR?
on a
Yeah.
whim?
No, I just trust Mooney. He's been out there for 100% of the snaps. He's on the field. He's getting the looks. It's guaranteed production with the high probability of a touchdown. Let
That's
me look at some
fair.
things here.
After Tampa Bay, Dallas. So Mooney being the more safer play.
Sure, yeah. Mooney is the safer play there, I think.
You might actually
Why?
be on to something here.
Without looking, just
Well,
where do you think Mooney is right now? Wide receiver what?
he's wide receiver 12.
Oh, okay. Well, good job.
Without
Yeah,
looking, what's
he's wide
London?
receiver 12 on the season. Probably 16.
6.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he wide receiver 6 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So I'm
And he's got
sorry.
the same
But
predicament
still,
that Mooney's in.
yeah, I get it, but I would say that I'm still gonna, I don't know.
But I understand what you're saying as far as the rapport and the consistency in targets,
He's wide
which
receiver 8.
who is London?
London. So pump the brakes a bit there. Okay.
I'm looking at dirty. I'm in our dirty
Oh,
scoring,
okay,
so
okay.
maybe a little
Yeah,
bit of a
depending on your
bonus here or
format, but
there.
it's still, give or take. Yeah, one or the other. But
But I guess Pickens, Pickens is out of it on this one. I think it's between either London or Mooney. Yeah, that's how I would look at it.
yeah, I'm gonna go Mooney here.
And
Mooney isn't
Drake
anytime soon for
London,
me.
6 for 64 up against New Orleans. I mean, he did have Marshawn Lattimore in this game. Won't have him the last time they played. Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess Mooney is the safer play. I think, yeah. PPR,
I
I
think
guess
London on the
Mooney is
field
the
helps
safer
Mooney
play.
too. Yeah.
Oh, for sure it does.
Right.
I
Okay.
just don't know if London plays a full game, then Mooney's production may go down. But he hasn't played a full game in a little bit. So, well, except
Okay.
for week 8, but whatever.
So we're rolling with Devontae Smith, Darnell Mooney, and CMC.
Yeah.
Sick. All right. And
It's pretty
Jesse,
weird.
thank you. Absolutely. Our pleasure. Like and subscribe. Bob Dole, Goddard, or Kincaid.
We get the home team bias here.
It's a fantasy show.
It's
a fantasy show. But
I mean, Kincaid has the matchup. Goddard does a decent amount. First week back for Goddard.
And Kincaid really does have the matchup. 10 targets. Dude, what are you doing with him? The Bills are a weird offense. The Bills
Yeah,
are.
I mean, he gets the targets. It's just
It does.
they don't catch him.
Man, 10
Goddard
targets, only caught 4. And Goddard's coming back.
coming back. I mean, he was hot when he left.
Cowboys.
But that was also when AJ Brown was a little banged up. So
yeah, he was just getting targeted all over the place. But
what does the
Devontae
Eagles offense look like with all 3 of them back on the field, or is AJ Brown a little banged up in this one as well?
No, AJ's going to be fine. AJ's out there.
He
Smith
cleared.
is out there.
Yeah, he is cleared.
Yeah, he's fine. Saquon obviously is fine. I mean,
I think I'm going to lean for this tilt. I think I'm going to go with Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Only because the target share is still there. Goddard's going to be competing with a bigger target pie.
I agree. Keon Coleman's out.
Yeah. If Keon Coleman's out, it's going to be Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, that you might see a little bit more 2 tight end sets, but I think Dalton Kincaid's targets are safe.
Wait a minute.
That's what it says to me.
Am I reading this right? No,
What?
there's no way I'm reading this right. I had to do this double by accident. I was looking at Dawson Knox line from last week and like up against Kincaid's line. Okay. I was looking at it wrong. But all right, only 2 targets. All right, forget it. I must have copied Kincaid's line and then put it under Dawson Knox on my notes. They told me that they both got targeted 10 times. Dad brain. My brain hurts. Yeah, no, I'm gonna ride with you there. There's more of a window for Kincaid's targets to actually. He'll get more targets. Hopefully, he does something with them. Keon Coleman is out. Amari Cooper's, did he clear completely, or is he still questionable with the wrist?
Let me double check.
If you can check on that, because my computer is. I'm
He is
hardwired too.
questionable. He is questionable.
All right, and that's a 1 o'clock game, right?
Mm-hmm. Even
Did he
more
practice?
reason to lean Kincaid
Even more
here.
reason. Yeah. All right, so let's lean Kincaid. I like it. Lucius. What's up, cuz? Eckler or Waddle in full PPR. Good luck in your game as well. I hate Jalen Waddle.
Keep getting burned?
Yeah, man. Just a lot over and over again. And Austin Eckler has done nothing to
He had a good game last week.
bad for me.
Got in the end zone.
He did. 42-1. 11
First game
opportunities
without
on the
Brian
ground.
Robinson.
Yep. So he had a good
But
game
he's
for
going
you,
up against Pittsburgh.
which is true.
And
so
Waddle
I think his
is
targets will
going
go
up against the Rams with a question mark of Tyreek Hill.
Yes. We already said that doesn't make 2. I mean, I don't know. Does it? Like, let's just say Tyreek is out. How do you feel about?
I don't feel good
Waddle?
about.
I feel like the offense.
I don't feel good about Waddle at all. I don't feel good
either.
about Waddle. I'd rather play Austin Eckler.
Me too.
And
thank you.
I mean, even with Waddle scoring that touchdown last week, dude, he had 2 receptions. Get this, -4 yards.
-4 yards.
And a touchdown.
I lost a matchup somewhere by 3 points, and I had Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2 points. Whatever it was infuriating watching that last play. What are you doing? God awful. All right, yeah, we're gonna go Eckler there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eckler.
Cool. Love that. Big Greens.
Big Greens.
Congratulations on your departure of Dennis Allen to Riz. Who's the new guy?
The interim?
Darren Rizzi? I think that's what it is. But yeah, celebrate. Good for you, man.
Darren Rizzi.
That's it. Don't say it. All right, so Green says Addison, Reek, and Waddle. Plans on playing Addison and flipping Waddle and Reek based on health. What do we think?
Yeah, I don't know if you can flip Waddle or Reek right now.
No, I think he means. I don't think he means.
Oh, vice versa.
I think he means playing Waddle in place of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it's a good play.
The injury.
It's a good play. I mean, you're going to have to because it's a Monday night thing. I mean, Waddle would be your next best thing. If
I guess you would have to.
Yeah, the worst thing you can. I mean, as long as you're playing Addison, you're fine. I think Addison's safe there. And your flip of Waddle or Reek, I think you're smart for ending that way you did.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully you get a little bit more.
Last week you'll get some.
I just hope you get a little bit more information on Tyreek prior to the game, which I believe you should. All right, but you just don't want him to go out there and play one series and say, "Oh crap, I don't feel good," or get his wrist banged up, and then you wind up with a 0. That's the worst case scenario there.
Or you could the worst case scenario here is that you start Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and bench Jordan Addison. That's the worst.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't do that. Though.
Don't do that. It's a weird season. 5 for 42 and 1 last week for Addison. I like that. against the
Big
Jaguars.
question,
I
and
like
bigger
that.
question, Big Greens. Why do you have Waddle and Tyreek on the same roster? If this
I
is
mean, it's almost
redraft,
kind of like, well,
if
it's
this
kind
is
of like
redraft, then you
drafting
should try to
it's
trade
like
one of
drafting a
them.
handcuff. It's like a wide
Yeah.
receiver handcuff, but it hasn't really worked out
Yeah,
too
I'm
well.
not paying that much draft capital to handcuff my wide receiver.
I mean, on paper at the beginning of the season, Jalen Waddle looked great. It looked like the Devontae Smith to AJ Brown. It was like the exact comp that I had.
Mm,
It felt very, very similar to me.
mm.
I was wrong. Bob Dole, you're welcome. You're the best, and we appreciate sharing Sundays with you as well. We have a slower Sunday right now, but that's okay. We're coming
I'm
off a
actually
bye week. We're
liking
easing
it.
back into it. It's kind of
I'm liking it.
nice. It's
It's nice,
nice,
laid
right?
back. It's not
Good.
stress related at all. I get to watch some of my Giants lose
How's that game going, by the way?
10
Okay,
nothing.
there it is.
10-0.
10-0. Are we at the half yet?
Uh,
No.
Put me out of my misery. I hope say yes, but no, it's not. The Giants actually have the ball. It's a 2-minute drive, and they're 2nd and 12. So, what can Daniel Jones do for you today? Throw
Run
to
the
the
ball.
ground.
Please run the ball.
It's ridiculous.
I have to
If
get
we
him
lose
off
this
my
game,
team.
I swear. Don't know
Playing
what
in
else to
Germany.
say. Oh my gosh, dude. He literally just threw a pick
Not
because he threw
again.
it downward off the defensive lineman's hands, popped it up.
Great.
Defense gets it. Daniel Jones is getting an earful from Brian Dable on the sideline. Ooh.
I love this tweet from Alex Wilson. Malik Neighbors wide open. $40 million quarterback sails at 10 feet over his head with a clean pocket. This is killing me. I got to get him off of my dynasty team. Do I have negative points right now? Tell me I don't have negative points. 7 points. It's a great day. We're doing so good. I should have started Carr.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't want to. I don't know. Daniel Jones has been decent enough for fantasy where I can't, from where you're coming from a football standpoint, it's god awful. It's been okay enough for fantasy if you have bonuses built into your league. I mean, he put up 37 points last week. He's the quarterback.
Well, I mean, if
19 right now,
you have run bonuses, yeah. I mean,
which
that
we
was up
do.
against Washington, and you would expect them to have a good game against Carolina, which
That's what I'm saying. That's why I
it's
started
night
him.
and day. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. The consistency's not there for me, Swan. Like, you look
I
up
know.
against Philly, 5 points. Pittsburgh, 8 points. Washington had that big blow-up game, 27 points. But we really haven't seen him play a good game ever this season. Like, literally ever. I mean, his best game, I guess, to chalk it all up, was maybe against Washington.
I think it was. I think he had one
And
other decent game.
For fantasy purposes, I would say it was
week 3
either of the
against
Washington
Cleveland.
games or Cleveland.
Oh, week 5 against Seattle.
Yeah, he had a good game
bad.
there. Yeah, week 5 against Seattle, but I was counting the fumble against him too. You know,
oh, he just lost 2 points because of the pick, so now it's 5 points. Good, great, good.
Yeah, no, and I mean, in all actuality, in leagues that don't get bonuses, it's 3 points, which, you know, he's 6 for 54, stinks on ice. Yeah. So
pro tip:
enough about
play in a
Daniel
league
Jones.
that includes bonuses, so it doesn't feel as bad when these things happen.
When you draft Daniel Jones,
when you draft
or
Daniel
have to
Jones,
play,
it won't hurt. Yeah. It won't hurt as bad. All right, so I have some anytime 2 touchdowns here, which are some I peppered in some that are a little more, like I peppered in some that are a little more risky with some that are a little more solid, and just kind of build that, you know, a nice balanced parlay. I have 6. DeAndre Swift is my first one, which is more of you feel good about that.
2 touchdowns for DeAndre Swift.
2 touchdowns? No, I'm sorry. This is my anytime. See, figure it like an A and a B. The A one that I put together.
Okay. Your B list. It's your B list.
The B list might be a little riskier, but I peppered in some ones that should kind of help sustain it. And so DeAndre Swift is my first one. George Kittle is my second. Then Tyler Algier, believe it or not. I think, scores.
Hmm.
Taysom.
I could see
Darnell.
Taysom Hill
3 in that
get in
same game.
there.
And then Nico.
See, I like Nico to score. I like him more to score if Tank Dell is out.
Was Tank Dell injured?
Yes.
Oh, it's his back. That's right. Oh, and that's Sunday.
Night. Today's Sunday.
Yeah, I meant night. You know what I meant.
Yeah,
That's
no,
night.
they're
What's
both
up, Dave?
questionable for tonight.
Yeah, that's it.
What's up,
What's
Dave
up, Dave?
O'Shea?
Good afternoon. Hope you had a swell week as well. All right, Dame needs a wide receiver 3 between Tolbert, Demarcus Robinson, or Parker Washington, as well as 2 flexes in, I guess, Rashad White, Cade Otton, Austin Eckler, and Tajay Spears. And he's got a tight end tilt below that.
All right. Well,
So
for the
we'll
wide
do-
receiver, for me up front, it's Demarcus Robinson.
I was going to say
Solid
the same
wide
thing.
receiver 3.
Yeah. I'm going to
So-
just look at his practice report real quick.
If we can agree on that one's good.
Let me see. He
He should be playing.
was questionable with a toe foot, foot toe. Nice,
With
clear.
a toe foot and a foot toe?
With a toe foot. Yeah, foot toe. Or
Little
his toe
foot
hip.
toe, toe foot.
Yeah, hip toe. Yeah. So DeMarcus is in for me too. And we got 2 flexes. So all right, so White, Otton, Eckler, Spears. I think Cade Otton should be on this list.
Yes, Cade Otton is definitely in it. It's a toss-up between White and Eckler for me for the second flex spot.
All right, so Eckler is not competing for touches. Rashad White is with Bucky Irving. They're seeing about a 62 to 35% share of the snaps in favor of Rashad White. White saved your week last week with a score against Kansas City, but other than that, not very productive.
Yeah,
I would start Eckler over
not
White.
productive. Yeah, I think I'm right there with you.
And then just
From the
for argument's
matchup,
sake,
for the matchup and everything, I don't even care. Like
Mhm.
it's up against Pittsburgh. It doesn't matter for me. Eckler's going to get the full workload.
yeah, I agree.
You know?
Tajay Spears is out for me against the Chargers.
Yeah, no.
With
And Pollard's going to play.
behind Pollard, yeah. And then I guess we get 2
So it's
flex,
Eckler
flexes.
Otton.
Eckler Otton. Unless you want to flex in Tolbert or Parker Washington.
No,
Which
don't
I
want to
would
mess with
not.
Tolbert.
Okay.
Don't want to mess with
Now, if this is the
a
same
backup
team
quarterback.
between tight ends here, we have Wait, did we do this earlier? Laporta or Ferguson?
We did.
Or was that
Laporte.
Laporta?
No, it
and
was Hawk and Ferguson.
It was Hawkinson or it was
Yeah,
the
it
2
was
sons,
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson, Ferguson. We went
Yep.
Hawkinson. Now, is it Laporta or Ferguson?
I think I would go Laporta here.
It's a more interesting one here. You would go Laporta here?
Yeah.
See, now I'm starting to change how I feel like, or how I was originally thinking about Laporta this morning. What can we look at? Hold on.
I mean,
When
Ferguson
Cooper
just
Rush started last season, what games did he start, and how did Jake Ferguson do
I
in
mean,
those
you could look
games?
it up, I guess.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up right now. I just want to see because quarterbacks get spooked. They dump off to their tight ends. He played percent of snaps. Did he not? Did he not play a full game last year?
Cooper Rush?
Yeah, I thought Dak was out for a portion. I guess not.
He threw one
Is that 2 years ago?
interception. One interception he threw last year. He played one game, I think.
He didn't. I mean, if he didn't play a full game, I don't even have anything higher than a 23% share of snaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
So it must
Yeah,
have
he
just been
threw-
when.
He completed 18 passes and 114
I'm thinking of
yards.
2022.
Yeah, I'm
2022.
not going back that far.
No, that's too far, man. Where does the time? Where does it go?
Yep.
You know?
It goes somewhere.
And then Ferguson wasn't even.
Oh,
Let's
breaking
see.
news from Jason Moore from Germany. He said Coach Dable said coming out of the tunnel that he is going to suit up and play quarterback.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good
funny.
God. That's awful. All right, so this is actually kind of funny here. Week 6 in 2022, Cooper Rush against the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Ferguson goes 4 for 40 and a touchdown. So in the same matchup, 4 for 40 and a touchdown.
Yeah, no, it's not happening this week.
Yeah, I'm going back too far. Yeah, it's Sam Laporta.
Yep.
At the Giants game and you're at this game. Yeah. Are you at the Giant? You're in?
Yeah, he lives in Germany.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right. That's forgot that. Yeah, he lives in Germany. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're there. And that you're here. That's how boring the game is. If the tilt is real, is more
shout out Dame
entertaining
for showing our support support to us.
Like, oh, you have a fantasy podcast? What's that like? People in Germany would prefer to watch us over
Share our
We just can't tell them it was
podcast
the Giants
with
and
your
Panthers.
neighbors on at the game if they need something more interesting
It's
as
fantastic.
well this morning.
We've had a couple of tilters this year at games that have been here
Every game, almost
during
every
games,
week. Every
which
week
has been pretty dope so far. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then one of our own was there too. Juan was there. Let's go. Let's go, Dame. Thank you. Man, hell of a tilt squad. I'll tell you what. Sheesh.
All right. Well, that was our first hour there, Swanson. It was pretty good. It was productive.
Okay. Yeah, we're chugging along here.
Yeah.
I wonder if. All right, let's go through my anytime ones here, huh? Oh, my shift key doesn't work on this computer anymore. All right, anytime ones out of the 5, and I think I share some of these with you. I'm on Raw. You think Joe Mixon scores today?
No.
Yeah, I think I might take him off there. I was even just looking at it against the Lions. I don't know, but he might be one of those running backs that can do it anyway. Did the Lions play last week? Green Bay.
Yeah, they murdered Green Bay.
Did what's his name score?
Who?
Josh Jacobs.
Receiving touchdown, I think.
Or
was that the week prior?
Was that the week prior? It might have been. That was his first receiving touchdown of his career. I think that might have been 2 weeks ago. I think you're right.
Yeah, it was. And no, it wasn't his first. It was 2 weeks ago that he scored 2 on the ground against Jacksonville.
Did he score last week against the Lions?
No, he had 13 attempts for 95 yards rushing, 2 receptions for 13 yards, finished with 12.8 fantasy points.
When was the last time the Lions played a good running back?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm checking on it now. Load. I got to get my other computer back.
Seattle. Walker.
Yeah, did Walker score? Week 4.
I want to say yes. 3. Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns.
Who did? Walker? That was his 3-touchdown game?
Yeah, he went 12 for 80 with 3 touchdowns, 4 receptions for 36 yards on 5 targets.
So I guess what I'm getting at here is if you are an elite running back, if you're in that top tier, can you score against the Lions?
Yeah, but it has a lot more to do with the offensive line and whether or not your offense can move the ball against their defense. More importantly,
I think with Nico Collins, you can absolutely move the ball against the secondary, against the Lions secondary. They'll get down there. I think Mixon scores, especially with Nico being back. I think they score.
I mean, he scored in the last 4 games.
Yeah, I think he scores. What else do I
Okay.
have on here? Saquon's
I'll put him in Mixon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably a higher projection. It's probably a higher payout.
Probably.
I don't know what the line is on that. I can look.
Let's find out. We can look. And JT's on that list too. Jonathan Taylor's got to have a day against the Bills, right?
Yeah.
He's got to. Let's go back 3 years ago to the last time that the Colts and the Bills faced each other. And Jonathan Taylor went 185-4. 3 years ago. Long time.
We're looking at who are we looking at? Mixon's odds?
We were looking at Mixon, yeah.
All right, let's see here. NFL. Mixon. Where are you at, Mixon? 8 o'clock. Here it's
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Make sure you know it. Make sure it's a Sunday.
Mixon anytime touchdown score. Why is this all weird like this? It's negative 190, so the odds aren't very good.
Oh, okay. They're not that good. Well, when you put them all together.
It's probably one that I would stay away from. I'm not going to force that into my parlay. It just makes my parlay that much harder to hit with no payout.
Yeah.
It's not a great payout. I would add someone else. I mean, I would add David Montgomery at negative 140 over Joe Mixon today.
What are your odds on
And this is going off of ESPN bet. I just hopped on a random spread.
I'm on DK. I got Mixon at minus 185.
Yeah, so I mean, same. 185,
Yeah.
190. I would rather put Montgomery in as a touchdown scorer than Mixon in that same game.
Do you think Gibbs and Montgomery score?
I mean, it's kind of likely.
Last week was Gibbs. The week before that, I think it was Montgomery.
Yeah, Monty had I think 2 games.
Monty still had a great game last week. He didn't score, but he still got you over 10 fantasy points, 73 on the ground on 17 opportunities, 3 through the air for 23. So that's close to, yeah. That's
You said Nico Collins, huh? You like Nico Collins? I like his odds.
Plus 130.
Yeah, I have a plus 120 here on ESPN bet. So that's good. No, hashtag non-sponsor. It'll never be a sponsor.
Yeah, that's a reach.
Yep.
But hey, we reach a global audience.
Yeah, we do.
So we definitely do. What's up, James?
What's up?
Good morning. Wide receiver 2, man. I'm just All right, wide receiver 2 spot. PPR, DJ Moore, Xavier Worthy, Jameson Williams. I don't like the Bears pass catchers.
I don't like DJ Moore.
No, I don't either.
I don't like DJ Moore going up against Christian Gonzalez. Not to say I don't like the pass catchers. I think Keenan Allen is actually a sneaky start this week. Xavier Worthy. No, I really don't want to. Or Jameson Williams. Yeah, this might be where I'm going, Jameson Williams.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Texans are 25th against wide receivers. They give up 30.4 PPR points to the position a game. Give me Jameson.
Who did the Patriots play last week?
The Patriots played Tennessee.
All right.
And they lost 17-10.
Let me just do this comparison. Is that the game that Calvin Ridley had a great game?
Ridley, I don't have here.
5 for 73. That's not exactly a great game.
5 for 73. No.
Yeah,
Somebody else had a better game.
I can't see DJ Moore having more than that.
I don't think he will.
And with that being said, I think I'm going to go Jameson Williams here.
Me too.
And hope for a long bomb.
Mm-hmm. And Dylan, what's going on? Good morning.
What's up, Dylan?
Full PPR, different leagues. Start sit one running back ugly between Akers and Rodriguez. And then one quarterback between Baker and Kyler. And then a flex and a tight end between Ricky Pearsall, Roma Dunze, Ferguson, and Hunter Henry.
I'm going to go Akers over Rodriguez. And yes, that is ugly.
Yeah. I'll go with you there.
And then one QB, Baker or Kyler. Ooh, I think I'm going to go Baker there.
I'll take Baker.
And then one flex and one tight end. Hunter Henry. Do we like Hunter Henry or do we like Ferguson? I like Hunter Henry. And then
8 targets last week, 7 for 56.
And then give me a piece of that 49ers offense with Pearsall.
With Pearsall?
Yep.
Hunter Henry for the tight end, and then Pearsall. Yeah, no, I'm on board with that too.
Great question, Dylan. Thanks.
That offense. Yeah, that was a good tilt. And then what about Eckler or Stevenson for Lucius? This is an interesting one because Stevenson has been annoyingly. He's the guy in your lineup that just never feels like a sexy name, but he just keeps getting it done and he keeps scoring. And he scored twice last week, once through the air, once on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's more of the same. Their offense isn't much different. Give me Ramondre.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's not even it's not really a question in my eyes, only because, Ramondre has been putting up the points for the Patriots offense. All right. So that's number one. He's had 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. So 2 consecutive weeks with 2 touchdowns since he's been back on the field with a full route tree or a full amount of snaps. Anyway, at least above 70%, we'll say. All right. So Eckler, as well as highly as we spoke about him last tilt with him, I'm going to lean Ramondre. I think Jaden Daniels can take away some of Eckler's rushing production. Eckler's more of a pass catching kind of guy, if you ask me. Give me Stevenson though for the dual threat of running and catching.
I agree. If you were to say 4.5 is the line for Eckler's receptions, just like separate from this tilt, would you take the over or the under on 4.5?
4.5. I would go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would say under, and I think it lines up at 4, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be tough.
I would take the over on that. Tim Barrett, what's going on? Ridley, pick 2, PPR. Ridley. We did it.
I want to pick PPR.
Made that one. Oh, you're going PPR over Ridley?
Yeah, I'm going PPR over Ridley.
I might lean back to pick 2. But we'll see. We'll get there. All right, Levis is your quarterback this week. Was Levis the quarterback last week?
No, he wasn't.
It was Mason Rudolph last week?
Yeah.
Okay. With Mason Rudolph, he was targeted 8 times. Who'd they play? New England.
I think Ridley's an okay pick. I mean, there's nobody else to throw it to on that offense. Really.
Nick Westbrook-Akine.
That's who scored the touchdown
last week.
Yeah, who scored the touchdown.
6 targets. Tyler Boyd will be out there. He was cleared to play. I don't know if that means anything.
I want to know why you say that Eckler's going to have more than 4 receptions.
I think it was because. Let me look back here.
And I'm sorry to like backtrack a little bit, but it didn't sit with me well, and we didn't give a why to it.
Oh,
And
because I think it was because Steelers, when they give up points to running backs, they give it up through the air as opposed to just on the ground. And Eckler is a pass catching threat. He was targeted 4 times last week and caught 3 for 41. And
right,
against
but
a
the only
defense
reason why I
that
say this is because he's only had 1 game where he had 5 targets, and he's only had 0 games where he's been over 4 receptions. That's
I
why that
think it
line is
changes
a
this
little
week.
unobtainable.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. But I also
That's why
think
that
this is one of the
4.5
first.
line, that 4.5 receptions is dangerous. It's risky
I'm not
business
saying
for
that's
me.
actually something that was on a. I mean, let me just look to see what it is here. But yeah, the reason I say it is just because in this particular matchup, the way to beat the Steelers on the ground, especially, is through the air from the running back standpoint. So that's the only reason why I said it. But I'm gonna go look. I just want to see, and then we'll get down to Giuseppe. We'll do Giuseppe first. Oh no, I'm right here. All right, so receptions over under Austin Eckler. It's at 3.5.
Then in that sense,
I
then
would take the over
I
on
would take
3.5.
the over on the 3.5
Yeah, that
for
seems
this game. Yeah.
it's more realistic. Giuseppe, what's going on? Good morning. Do we go Adams or Amari Cooper? And then we'll do Hunter Henry or Jake Ferguson. I think we've talked through this one enough to Hunter Henry's the answer for the back half of this tilt.
Yeah.
And then let's talk through, I mean, Devontae Adams or Amari Cooper.
Ooh.
I mean,
That's a toughie.
Cooper still is banged up with the wrist.
I think Devontae Adams here.
I think it's Adams for me too.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then ugly, we flex Freiermuth, Adonai Mitchell, or Westbrook Akine in half point PPR.
In half point, I think you
In
can get away
half
with
point.
Westbrook Akine.
You think so?
Yeah, because when he catches the ball, it's downfield.
So you're looking for
Deeper threat.
You're looking for a touchdown here, or yeah,
Mhm.
like a deep threat.
I mean, it's
And
not
Addy
really advisable
Mitchell.
against the Chargers, but Freiermuth is just an icky play too.
Wasn't Addy targeted deep a few times? Not just, and was that Flacco or was that Richardson? I think it may have been Richardson.
It was Flacco.
Was it?
Yeah, Adonai Mitchell, I think he had one good deep play, but
It wasn't
he's
just the one that
playing
was a
against
completion, but
he's going to be stepping in for Michael Pittman. All right, it's
Oh
not a
yeah,
very good matchup
true.
against Buffalo.
It's not.
I would rather go. I mean, pick your evil, man. Pick your poison, however you want to say it. But I think it's Nick Westbrook Akine.
Yeah, I'll do that too. And then pick one for half PPR: Rashad White, Rico Dowdle, Javonte Williams, or Raheem Mostert, half point PPR. Looking for a touchdown.
Half point
Rico?
PPR.
No, not Rico. Can't be Rico.
It's not
That's
Dowdle.
not Rico.
Give me Mostert, dude, to get
Not
into the end
Dowdle against
zone.
the Birds. I hate Raheem Mostert. Not the person. Just hang on to the ball. Just get and
Yeah, I don't know,
I
man.
don't
This one's
like
a toughie.
Javonte against the Chiefs at all.
No,
I really, really don't.
no. I can say
White
easily
around the goal line.
Mostert over Williams. All right.
Mostert over Williams.
I think it's Mostert or Dowdle.
It's
Dowdle's going to get
not.
a full workload, but up against Philly.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like up against Philly. And it's
And
half point
Rashad White
PPR. You're
doesn't
really
get
looking for a
Rashad
touchdown.
White. You're like splitting. I wouldn't want Rashad White over Raheem Mostert.
I want to look at the red zone splits here. So red zone attempts for Rashad White He has 3 red zone attempts on the season and has not scored. Last week he
Yeah,
did,
it's Mostert for me, man.
and that was the first time.
I just don't think that Dallas is going to be able
Yeah,
to move that ball.
yeah, I agree. If they do, it's going to be. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. Yeah, no, I don't think they're
Giants
going to
just
move it
got off
either.
a tush push. How about that? We're good for something, Daniel Jones.
Hey, they look at that. They did it. That's a point in our dynasty league for a first down. Red zone, Bucky Irving has had much more success. No. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's why
Yeah,
I'm all for Rashad White, especially in it's 1.5 point PPR.
No, it's pick one. No. It's pick one.
Oh.
Half point PPR. You scared me there for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, we'll go Mostert here. I was trying to see what the red zone attempts or red zone usage and splits look like. And in Tampa Bay, it is way more on the Irving side than it is on the White side. And I don't like Javonte against the Chiefs, and I don't like Dowdle against the Birds, and it's Mostert. Trade tilt.
This just in.
We can trade Lamar Jackson and Jonathan Taylor.
Sorry, folks. Swanson, you're a little delayed there. I had to pull the news out.
Yeah.
We do have some news. Amari Cooper, who is still recovering from a wrist injury, is inactive today for the Buffalo Bills. That is down Amari Cooper and Keon Coleman now for the Buffalo Bills. Back to your
So that is up.
regular scheduled program.
Thank you, Chef. That is up for the Dalton Kincaid tilt from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll bump up that those vacated targets a little bit more, and then this it makes the Devontae Adams or Amari Cooper tilt a lot easier for Giuseppe. So Amari Cooper no longer playing today. But would you trade Lamar Jackson for Jonathan Taylor? Already has Jaden Daniels in PPR. I would not.
Single quarterback league, I'm assuming.
If it's a single quarterback league, are they both through their buys already?
No.
No.
They both have the same bye week.
What is their bye week?
14.
14. Good Lord. That's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There's like
Giuseppe,
6 teams on bye that week, FYI. It's like the big. Hey, we got a touchdown. Hey, Giants, Tyrone Tracy, touchdown.
Did he throw it to him?
No. It was a handoff for like 25 yards.
Wee.
Tyrone Tracy.
There you go. It's good for your parlay. Would you trade Lamar Jackson for Jonathan Taylor? What do your other running backs look like? Is this the same team? If that's the same team with Rashad, Dowdle, Javonte, or Mostert, and you need...
I think you can get more for Lamar.
I think you could too.
I think you can get JT plus something else. So when you say plus something else, you're like, what are you talking about? What do you need? You need you possibly need a week 14.
League, more a stronger tight end, or you're gonna need start looking ahead at
you're gonna need a backup quarterback.
14.
You know, I don't know what your waiver wire looks like.
What your waiver wire looks like, yeah. You could do that.
Single QB league, it might be a little easier, but you want to stay in contention. Jonathan Taylor, it seems like you can get like Jonathan Taylor plus maybe an extra wide receiver. Maybe you can go out and get a Pearsall or a what's his name? Leggett. I don't know what else you can package JT with to get, but I would say, like help another section on your team. Don't just go 1-for-1 Lamar Jackson and Jonathan Taylor, because Lamar Jackson has been outscoring everyone this season.
JT's bye week is 14 also.
Yeah. So it's
that's tough.
It's tough. Like a lot of good fantasy players are out on week 14.
There's this schedule looks good for JT's got Buffalo this week, and then the Jets, which can be beat on the ground, and then you have Detroit, which is always tough. But if you can still put up decent numbers against Detroit if you're that level of a running back, and then New England, which is a great matchup, and then the bye, and then Denver, and then Tennessee, which are middle of the road but decent matchups, and then the Giants is your championship week 17.
I mean, Daniels has a
current
better
running backs
schedule,
are,
but Lamar has just been invincible to any kind of defense. He hasn't scored anything under 26 fantasy points on the season. Once.
Lamar's a freak.
Yeah.
You keep Lamar. You just can't get rid of Lamar. Lamar's a freak. That guy is unbelievable.
Unless you're getting multiple pieces.
For sure. You got to get a lot back.
Yeah. He's the best guy in the league right now.
Kyron, Monty, Chuba, Mason, and Brooks. Those are his other running backs. So it's not like you're not hurting. I mean, you're starting Kyron and Monty every week, no problem.
Yeah. Can you go to the CMC owner and say, Lamar Jackson for CMC straight up?
Oh man, I don't know about that. I wouldn't do that. That's terribly risky.
Uh-huh.
That's terribly risky. An Achilles is an injury that you can re-aggravate. And I'm sure that everything right now is you're not going to put Christian McCaffrey out there if he didn't go to Germany to watch the Giants and the Panthers. He went for special treatment for his Achilles, but still, Lamar Jackson, I don't think it would take an absolute massive haul to pry him from my grip this season.
Make me an offer.
I will not make you an offer. Lamar Jackson is not for sale. My other quarterback is Daniel.
I have Lamar Jackson in prime.
Oh, I was talking about dynasty.
I see your Kyron Williams there.
My prime season is dead. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. You're not trading anymore, huh? No, not even for.
I mean, I'm still gonna make it's not gonna be for that. Let's move on to Giuseppe's other wide receivers are JJ, Adams, Cooper, Wandale, J-Mo, and Thielen. Is this an 8-team league?
So Cooper is out today.
Well, he's just going through the whole bench because we're figuring out the trade for him. So I mean, every week in, week out, you're starting. I mean, you have Lamar Jackson, Kyron Williams, David
Do you think they would do it for
Justin
JT
Jefferson.
and like Cooper Kupp?
Do you have Cooper Kupp?
No, I'm just saying, like,
does he have?
Yeah, like does the JT owner have Cooper Kupp too?
Oh. I see.
Because JT and Cooper Kupp, I think in my eyes, equal Lamar Jackson in a single QB league.
Maybe. I'd still want more. You might even be able to just stream a quarterback. Let's look at.
I'm just saying to make his team better overall. Like
week 14, the best matchup for quarterbacks right now is the Tennessee Titans. So go ahead and pick up Will Levis for week 14. You could pick up. Don't pick up Daniel Jones. Baker's rostered. Hurts is rostered. Herbert's rostered. Dallas Cowboys have a pretty decent matchup against Cincinnati, but we don't know who the quarterback is going to. It'll probably be Rush, actually.
3rd and 1, and we give up a 30-yard run. Unreal.
The Giants' defense is good too.
Maybe not.
Okay. Nah.
Maybe.
Well, I guess against. What's the score right now?
It's 10-7.
High
Glad
power.
I went with the under.
Yeah, that game was not hitting the over.
I didn't think it would.
I did put a bet in earlier this week for just a straight up money line bet for a couple. Let's go through that and see how we feel about it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Bills over the Colts.
Bills.
Okay. What? Sorry. Vikings, Jags.
Vikings.
Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs.
Falcons, Saints.
Falcons.
Commanders, Steelers.
Steelers.
Ooh, I took the Mandos. Niners or Bucks?
Niners.
Bears, Patriots?
Patriots.
Yeah, I took the Bears. I don't feel good about that now. Chargers, Titans?
Chargers.
Birds, Cowboys?
Birds.
Birds. And Lions, Texans?
Lions.
Same. So, yeah, I feel like the Patriots could knock off the Bears. And I
So
also
the
feel like
Chicago game and the
Chicago
Patriots
game and the Steelers. Yeah,
Steelers game.
Steelers game. Steelers, Commanders, you went Steelers.
So take those
Bears.
2 games out of your parlay and bet the rest.
Yeah, probably might just do that. Just cash it out for 1070 and do it again. And there's a few this week that I wanted to stay away from. That Arizona Jets game, or that that Jets Cardinals game. That opened up Arizona -1, and now it's Jets -2. Right now it's Jets -1.5. It moved again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. I don't know. I think
It might not be.
How are the Jets giving 1 or 1.5 in what I'm looking at to the home team, the Cardinals?
Just
I'm gonna have to go with the Jets there, man.
I think I would too. Oh, get off. I don't want the casino. Lock my phone. Keep that away from me. Lions by 3.5. Let's see. Bears are still -6. Bears -6 against the Patriots, huh? That seems generous. It's possible that my headphones are dying.
That could be true.
Whoop. All right. Batting 1,000 here. Here we go. Niners by 6.5 and a 50-point over/under. 50.5. Still take the Niners there. Chiefs will beat the Broncos. Chiefs will probably go undefeated this season.
Yeah, of course they will.
It's nice to have a zebra in your pocket. They do feel, I forget who said it. Maybe the Chiefs remind me of the Eagles last year. They don't look great, but they're winning games. And that's the same thing that happened to us last year. We didn't look great, and we just kept winning games, and it was unfortunate because we really weren't great. We look a lot better now. At least we're running the ball more. Saquon's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Watching that play live last week was something special. I'm glad I got to see it live. To actually react. I saw that live, and I saw the Garrett Wilson catch live the week before.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson catch was awesome.
That was amazing. That's one where you like jump out of your seat and you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
The last
Made
time
me
I
feel
did
good
that
he was on my team and I started him.
Garrett Wilson is. Maybe that's why the line is where it is. He's a wide receiver 5 through the last 5 weeks.
Dude, Chuba Hubbard is like beasting.
How's he doing right now?
He's doing very, very well. He's beasting it across the stratosphere here.
Let's see.
Well, currently he's got 15 for 127.
Really?
Yeah, 2 receptions for 11. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So PPR scoring is at 15.8 points.
And of course,
And they're on the 7.
Oh.
And David Moore catches a touchdown.
David Moore.
Not Leggett.
David Moore. Debo.
I hope there's a
Debo.
holding penalty or something. There's a flag down.
You have any injury updates yet?
No, I was looking. Other than the Amari Cooper news, there hasn't been anything else out yet. And doesn't look to be that way. We're looking at waiting on anybody else really serious. We have Amari Cooper is out. Debo Samuel's a later game, right?
No, I think that's a 1:00 game, actually.
I think Debo's playing.
It is a 1:00. Yeah, it's weird. It's a 1:00 game. Oh, because they're home or they're on the road against the Bucs. I have to start him in a super flex spot in another
Oh,
league.
they called the touchdown back. Must have been holding.
If you were forced to start a player in your super flex because of the scarcity of quarterbacks on the waiver wire, bye weeks and injuries all factoring in, would you start? Well, first of all, would you start Debo Samuel over Cooper Rush?
Dad, look at it, bro.
Yes, I would play Debo
Because
Samuel
I
over
would.
Cooper Rush.
Right. And then would
I love
you
my
say,
son.
hey,
He
bud.
knows me very, very well.
Oh, what a good
Why
man.
do you have your Chiefs jersey on? Come here. Why do you have your Chiefs jersey on when the Giants are playing? We need your support. Go ahead, say
We
hi.
need your support overseas.
Hi.
Hey, bud. I like your jersey. Nah, good kid. Where's my kid?
Da, da, da.
You see her. You look up there on the cam.
Hi, AJ. What's up, dude? Did you bring your dad M&Ms?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
We went to
My kid doesn't
ShopRite.
do that.
Yeah.
We went to ShopRite and brought you.
I love them. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we don't really have too much else going on here, Swan.
No, we don't. Is this an early day for us?
It might be. I have some more actives. Drake London, Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa, Brian Thomas, and Gabe Davis are all active. Inactives are Trevor Lawrence, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jamal Williams, and Cedric Wilson.
Okay. Kind of what
Yep.
we expected. No real
Pretty
big
much
surprises.
what we expected. Trevor Lawrence, we knew to stay away from him today, stay away from the Jags. With Mac Jones playing, I don't think it's a good matchup for them. Drake London, I'm happy he's in. I think he goes back into my lineup. Let's see. Let's play with that real fast, Swan, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Drake London or Raheem Mostert.
Ooh, I'm in that same boat right now with Debo or Mostert.
I think I'll go Debo.
Yeah, I'm already. Yeah, that was the decision I made. Drake London or Mostert. That's
Hubbard just got in for a touchdown.
word.
And my parlay is screwed.
Excellent. I would probably go
Unless somehow the Giants
London.
24-17. Nope, that's too much. That's 41 points. It's over. Parlays did not hit the under.
I'm gonna go London.
London. Yeah, me too.
It's tough, but yeah, I think
Drake
I'm gonna go
London
now.
or George Pickens.
London.
Yep, went London there as well. Drake London or James Conner.
Connor.
Ooh. All work, no play, Connor.
Just all work. Yeah, just work. Work. That is the reason why.
What have the Jets given up fantasy wise over the last 3 or 4 weeks for running back?
The last 3 or 4. I mean, they haven't been like 19 points, 19.2 points to running backs. That's what they've been giving up on the season. They played.
They're like ranked like 14th against the fantasy running back.
It's kind of a middle of the road there, but Connor just gets a ton of the work. It's not a scary defense to me.
They've only given up 6 touchdowns this season on the ground.
Do we know where those went?
No.
Only giving up 6, huh?
Yeah.
Who have they played?
I think you kind of have a point here, man. I think you might be
what?
right on the London. It would have to be a bench, though. J.K. Dobbins or Drake London.
Oh, man. That one's harder. JK.
Yeah, I think I want to play the running backs. And if I do that, then that means I move Amon-Ra to my starting wide receiver. I take Drake London out and I put in James Conner.
Yeah. I think so. What was that last one? JK or who?
J.K. Dobbins or Drake London.
I don't know.
Well, I have enough receivers playing. I already have Puka, I have Amon-Ra, and I have Garrett Wilson. I think in Dirty, where we get bonuses for running back first downs, Connor might have the step ahead of Drake London for that matter.
Yeah, that might do it. I'm going to just look something up here.
That's like it's the only thing I could come up with. Otherwise, I think Drake London might just have a great game, dude.
All right, what am I looking for?
That's the hardest part of having really good fantasy teams. Yeah, you know what? I know the defense. I mean, he had 12 targets for 6 receptions to 64 yards against New Orleans the first time they played. That was prior to Kirk Cousins. Like really getting into focus. Because then they had a big morning, Minnie Jordan.
Where Brooklyn at?
Yeah, that was the game before Tampa Bay, where he exploded for 12 for 154.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's been on fire ever since then. But I think James Conner is just a safer play. You know, I'm not shooting for the stars in this one. I'm going up against a beat-up Malik Neighbors that just put up 3.2 points. I'm going up against a Leggett that just put 4.9 points up. McLaurin, Pitts, and he's playing Mooney and Pitts in that matchup. And I'm projected 240 to 186. So I got a 50-point spread on him. Yeah, I think I'm good, Swanson. I think I'm gonna take your advice and play Connor over London today.
Nice.
And then blame you if it doesn't work out. No.
There you go. Love that.
All right.
Well, we have one more in here before we take off for the morning. Untamed Music, good morning. Untamed had Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, and Chase Brown on Thursday. So your question is, should I start or sit the rest of my team? That's fantastic, man. That's the best thing I heard all day.
That is the best start sit question I think we've ever had on this show.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you want to give your competition a chance, you know, you can untame them a little bit. Pun intended. I don't hear anything coming out of your mic.
Is that better?
Yep, that is better.
Yeah, good for you. That's wow. Chase Andrews and Chase Brown.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty restful weekend. And when I used to have blowouts like that happen on Thursday night, I would usually not watch football for the rest of the day on Sunday. I would just go out and spend the day with the family. So feel free to take the day off, untame and celebrate in your early Thursday night victory.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a couple coming in here. Minnie Jordan wants to know Mahomes or Stroud.
Mahomes has actually been good for 2 straight weeks for fantasy against the Broncos. They're probably not going to give me Stroud.
Yeah.
Nico's back. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have to throw.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like the ceiling play is Stroud. But it's like the middle of the pack, I'm going to score points. I think the safer play is actually Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going to go with you, CJ Stroud here. They do battle against Detroit. If you're looking to win your matchup, I'm playing Stroud today.
And then Allen or Daniels.
Oh. Or Jaden Daniels. I don't know if I like Washington as much this week up against Pittsburgh. Give me Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen. Yeah, even with Amari Cooper not being in there. I don't care.
Yeah. Amari Cooper hasn't been there for most of the season in Buffalo. So yeah, I'll go Allen there too. Come on. Cool. All right.
Let me just check the news one last time, see if we got anything new.
Jalen McMillan is active. CMC active. We did that already. Yeah, Jalen McMillan's the only one I think that I saw was different.
Yeah, that wasn't on there when I didn't say that.
Yep. All right. Slow Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Still Sunday, slow Sunday, but that's week 10. Sometimes it's just sometimes you put up 100 points on Thursday and then you get to watch football or basketball and not worry about your Sunday.
Well, whatever team you are watching this week, thank you so much for tuning in to the Fantasy Football Sunday Tilt. Mr. Swanson, I am going to pull the cord early, give us a little 15 minutes back into our regular lives. Everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
See you next week. Good luck. Go Birds.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt is Real.